This episode of the podcast is sponsored by Born to Rise, an incredible foundation that offers a platform for regular people to share their heartfelt stories of how they overcame hardship and trauma. Born to Rise hosts annual events with guest speakers from around the world that come to talk here in Montreal. They are planning to expand across Canada. For more information, visit borntorise.net and stay connected with such a powerful cause.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we should throw in some beatboxing on every ad. Are you tired of wearing the same old boring clothes? Don't you want clothes that represent something that you're passionate about? Or just something that makes you and your friends laugh? Question mark. You do. It's a rhetorical question. Then you can go and check out www.stylishremix.shop. Oh yeah. They have super awesome t-shirts, hoodies, socks with funny puns, movie references, and cute avocados to brighten up your wardrobe and make your style unique and remixed.
Boom.
Use the code name Chimps10 and save 10% on any and all purchases. Thanks, guys.
They got really cool shirts. They got like one that I laugh at. It's like two lightsabers hitting each other, and it says lit underneath.
That's a good one.
So yeah, codename Chimps10, and you get your 10% off. So check it out. Welcome to Curious Chimps Podcast. I'm your co-host Nathaniel Perl,
And I'm Sam Sheva.
and welcome.
We here at Curious Chimps are law-abiding citizens. We do not endorse anything illegal. And anything we discuss is for entertainment and not information purposes. We are not experts, and nor do we claim to be. So please, consult the doctors, do your research, read the label, and for the love of all that is holy, be safe. All right, let's talk about drugs.
Curious Chimps.
So this is our first guest. You're our
pen?
second guest. Yeah, this thing never runs out.
Oh, I've seen this pen.
I assume it's going to be very light.
I always assumed it wasn't real.
It's a pen that never runs out.
It never runs out.
What is it made of? 100% graphite or?
No,
Whoa.
I don't know what it is, but it's some kind of metal.
Wait, walk me through the concept. It will not shrink.
It must. But,
has to get
but
shorter.
a lot less than you would think.
So you have to keep writing on an
Wait,
angle?
write some actual words?
Yeah. Like, do you have to you find yourself forcing it?
Yeah, it's like a little sticky.
And maybe it won't work out between you two.
Maybe if you spend $4
Maybe-
at AliExpress.
Maybe I'm
you might-
carving.
I was about to ask you.
Maybe I'm carving
Yeah.
right into his.
Right through
I'm just
the ceilingless booth.
shaping his table.
I don't know.
That's
Your
why-
words have never left more of an impression.
The pen never runs out, and it leaves permanent marks.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
But if you got to force it, then it's...
I thought he was going to bring out one of those pens that, like, writes in gold.
I don't know what I just...
That would be cool. I
Yeah.
feel like it's going to get smoother with time. It already feels like better.
Hmm.
That's
It's
pretty
interesting.
badass. Are you going to sell that?
It's a gift.
That was a gift?
No, it is a gift
For someone else.
Yeah, for my
You-
girlfriend.
You
Oh,
just
yeah?
used someone's gift.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she's going to hear this after she gets it.
That's amazing.
Way after.
Oh, yeah, like in
Okay.
a month
She might
from
not.
now.
She might never listen to this. Who
Yeah.
said she listens to this?
That's good.
No, mine is like our number one fan.
Well, fuck you.
Where you at, Maya?
Yeah, get on it.
There's only so much you have to offer, guys.
I'm giving her gifts and shit.
All right, guys.
You're a sugar daddy.
Let's
You're a sugar daddy who dishes out pens.
let's give a warm welcoming to Peter. What's up, buddy?
Oh, not much, man. Not much.
Peter, God.
Considering
uh,
I see you on the regular.
Yeah. Peter and I go way back.
Yeah.
From fucking... How long's our friendship now?
Grade 9. So.
Oh wow.
That's
Yeah,
a long
fill
time.
me in. I don't fucking know this guy.
Nate, dude. When did you meet Nate?
Like 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
Is it a good story?
Flew by. No, we were in massage class together.
I
I mean, it's a good story to us
Yeah.
Mine's a good
because it
story.
was like a fucking. Oh, okay, wait.
It's a really good story.
I won't bore you with the non.
No,
good
tell me
story.
yours, and then I'll.
No, that's the nutshell.
The nutshell you met in,
Say, hey, man, what's
in a
your
very
name? Savvy?
in a-
Yeah, like
Nate?
we-
Nice to meet you, bro.
You know, love at first sight, but
Yeah.
we're guys.
So you guys
We're
just
not
rub each
having
other.
sex. Yeah.
Okay,
We
that's
did
wonderful.
click.
We
We clicked right off the
Yeah.
bat. That
Yeah?
was,
Like you guys clicked like bones or during the massage, or
I think a bit of
a
both.
few
little
times,
bump, yeah.
sure. That's normal.
Nate and I
What's-
met in like second day
Segue.
of second day of high school,
Nice.
and yeah, Nate came up to me straight up. I was the I don't know, smallest, newest kid in the class. Nate had already established himself a rapport of being like a big, tall guy who
was a
was
bit of a
shaved.
tough guy back then.
His head was completely shaved.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember Nate completely shaved head, like skin shave with like a razor blade.
Yeah.
And this guy was going to Russian karate classes at night. Has he ever told you about his Russian karate classes?
Russian Sistema.
The Russian Sistema. This guy used to come in,
I didn't know that, dude.
he used to come in with
That's
a
so
new
cool.
punch daily. And these
amazing.
punches were ridiculous. There was
I think you mentioned it in massage school. I
there
totally
was a
forgot.
swing
Yeah.
punch.
I
Yeah.
didn't believe you.
like,
Yeah.
wait.
No, it's not a lie. None of this is a lie.
he learned how to take guns out of people's hands.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
just
yeah.
swipe the
It was
barrel
most-
off.
And I
before they
remember
know
he
what
would bring
happens.
people. He would convince people. Remember talking about that guy, Nick?
Nick
Yeah, yeah.
Arvanitas.
Yeah.
Arvanitos?
Yeah.
You're the
Hope he listens to this one day.
Yeah, so tell him how he met.
Oh yeah, so Nate comes up to me like this big, tall, skinhead, shaved head guy, you know, and he's like looks down at me because obviously he's a little bit taller, and he goes, "Hey,
Looks down. Okay, painting me a picture. I got.
you got a locker?" And I'm like, "Yeah, which one?" And I don't remember the number. All right, that's our locker now. Because I don't have a lock. And I was like, okay. And then he proceeded to like try and tell me that there was going to be like a payment. And I was like, oh yeah, what's the payment? He's like 10 cents a week. And he's like, here's the first 2. Yeah, Nate was terrible. And then we shared a locker until the teacher found out that you're not supposed to be sharing a locker. Yeah.
It turned into a
Why
huge
not?
thing.
It was a whole thing, and then Nate had to like
Minimalism,
like,
bro.
He got evicted. Locker. Yeah. But then they had no locker to give him, so
He was lockerless.
he was lockerless, and
Yeah.
we ended up sharing again. I think
Good times.
Student out
until
on the
he got a
street.
girlfriend.
Then
Then
she
became
became
his locker buddy.
That's true, actually.
Yeah,
You
it
fuck
is.
just for lockers, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Did you
was-
sling it?
He slung it
I
for a
was too-
locker.
I was too cheap
Did you
to buy my
big
own
dick
locker.
it just for a locker?
But my locker was good. We had a constant supply of water bottles. You remember? Like
Man, he was the
300.
You were
Gum?
catering. You were catering the
Listen,
locker.
I had a passion for peddling at a young age. So I had water,
You're one of those.
gums,
There's always one.
chocolates, you know, and like people would come to me like, "Yo, 25 cents, you want a gum? You know, 25 cents, you want a buck chocolate, you know?" And I
You
would
were
just
the concession stand.
and I was the concession Pete, and instead of Conspira Pete.
If ever you needed gum, Peter was your boy.
Yeah.
He had
I was
every
running a
type of
small
flavor. It was
store.
the 5 gum at the time.
Yes, 5 gum was
You
big.
remember that 5 gum? I don't even know
They
if
used to do those
they still
crazy.
have it.
Yeah, they still do it. It's the most expensive gum. It's like $2 a pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to do like the commercials, like 5. Remember those? They'd come on TV.
Oh, like the feel the something.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Feel
the flavor. 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
And
were
it's
weird
like-
commercials. They were really
They
futuristic.
were ridiculous.
It was like in
Yeah.
this giant like center, and then
Yeah.
like the girl's freezing, and they're
Mhm.
blowing like
Mhm.
ice on them or something.
Yeah, they had the Cobalt flavor. That was for the Cobalt
Yeah.
flavor.
It was-
massive machines just to create a sensation.
Yeah.
Just to be like, look, this feels weird, right? Like this feels
Yeah.
cool. This feels like here you
It
go,
was,
and you're like, whoa, thanks, big machine.
It was a good time, the 2000s.
good time for commercials. At
yeah,
least,
yeah.
for
It was
sure.
good. It was good.
Are you one of those people? Is that either you guys ever like stop and watch the? I don't feel like you watch TV. I gotta be honest.
No, Nate didn't watch it.
I'm very behind in all that stuff.
Good.
I just watched
You're ahead.
Entourage.
It's not behind. You're ahead. You
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
waste your time.
I think as a
Yeah.
kid, I watched a lot of TV. Not having a TV in my room, so
Mm.
I watched whatever my mom was watching. So I've seen a lot of soap operas.
Yeah,
I'm not
some
gonna lie to
days
you.
of our lives.
Yeah, no.
Some
General
Young and the
Hospital.
Restless. Oh.
My
Please
mom
tell me you
was
watch
watching-
Passions.
No, my mom wasn't into Passions because it was too young. She
Oh, yeah?
was, in her 40s. So General Hospital was it raised me, along with Barney.
It's a weird mix.
It was.
But
it
it
was
works, right?
It worked. Yeah. It made me the man that I am today. You know.
Man, I used to watch Passions with my sister, and like I was so into this stupid show.
Oh, it was
And there was like 6 seasons where this girl, I think her name was like Brittany or something, was stuck in the basement,
Mm-hmm.
like in a ditch in the basement.
Brittany.
Like, was it Brittany or was I don't even know. She was a blonde chick, and
Just tuning in now. Someone was in a basement in this show
like
for
she
like
got
a month.
pushed into this ditch that this girl buried in the basement, and she's just
On
living there
purpose?
for like 6 seasons.
Jesus Christ.
It was
Yeah.
a very dumb show.
These shows were ridiculous. I remember General Hospital had like 4 train wrecks, and everybody always got hurt in the train wreck, and then ended up hospitalized. And then you wouldn't see a character for like 6 months, right? And then like 6 months later, oh my God, like
They're back.
Jennifer is awake in the hospital,
Yeah,
and
death means
everyone
nothing,
runs. Yeah, they run over to Jennifer, and Jennifer's a whole new actor because contracts expire. Yeah, so you got used to be Jennifer being like a 5'9" blonde, and now you got like 6'1" brunette. Yeah. It was always interesting.
That everyone just accepted that. Like,
My-
okay, Jennifer changed a little bit.
My dad would always say, because he used to watch soap operas with like his grandmother when he was like home as a kid, because he had his grandmother in the house. And I remember he would say like the kid would go upstairs 14 years old, and the next day the kid came down 32. Little Jacob's got a girlfriend now. Yeah, it's good times.
Speaking of aging, like, did you see 2.5 Men? How big? It's still running.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
What? No, it's not.
It's still running with
You're a
Ashton
liar.
Kutcher now.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
That's
I saw
not
it.
done?
I saw it by chance.
It's done. No, it's done.
Well, it might be done now, but they have
Hold
new
on.
episodes.
Google it.
I'm gonna Google it
We
because I'm
can't-
pretty sure they went to Charlie's funeral in the last
but,
episode.
but they continue the story on.
No, they
I
finished.
honestly don't. Like, I usually don't feel like I wouldn't care, but in this case, I want to know if it's over.
Yeah, but I
because
love
I
2.5
felt like
Men.
it was finally over, and I felt good about the world.
Hold
for
on,
some
did you not
reason.
like 2.5 Men?
I love it.
I will admit that there were some funny parts. There's a
There
reason
was.
it was so popular.
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
The same reason that like Big Bang Theory is so popular. I
I find Big Bang Theory was good for 4 seasons, and then it's
I
I
quite.
just
never
can't
got
stand
it.
any of these
I
shows.
hate the
That's
Big
what I'm
Bang
building
Theory.
up to. I'm like a snob with my time
It says
because
12 seasons.
with my show time.
So you don't give your time to just anything.
No, but the shows
The
continue.
Original
shows,
release was
I
September
watch-
22nd, 2003 to February 19th, 2015. So
Oh,
I think
it's
you
stopped.
I think you just haven't caught up
Okay, but Ashton Kutcher was on for like 2 seasons.
for 3. I think.
Yeah, but
Mm.
so anyway, I saw it on TV. Jake was huge now.
Yeah. They had to cut him out for a little while because he growth spurted.
That's some crazy stuff, man. That was like a weird thing. Like, I have this image of Jake as always that little chubby kid.
Yeah, but that show was the king of sexual innuendos. I think
Hmm.
Yeah,
on cable.
yeah,
It was ridiculous.
especially Charlie Sheen, man.
He's so good with his tiger
Sometimes it was. No. You want to talk about real life?
blood. No,
you
but
want
he
to
was
talk
good.
about fucking Charlie Sheen?
He was good though. He was good. Good actor.
Spin City was a weird one when he replaced Michael J. Fox. I don't know if you watched that.
No,
Spin City?
Yeah, it's old.
No.
Forget about it.
that was you just went deep there. How old are you, Sammy?
31.
Oh wow,
No, 32.
When's your
What?
birthday?
April 30th.
that's how well
Damn,
we know
bro.
each other. Wow, yeah.
Should I be saying these things on the podcast?
I don't know.
Maybe you'll get some gifts. Who knows?
That shit.
Yo, put it on your
All right, guys.
Amazon.
April 30th. Send your gifts to
Some
Sabby.
personal info. Don't steal my identity, please.
What's the middle 3 digits of your social, Sammy? And your mother's maiden name for just the audience.
Everyone knows everything about me now.
Oh,
Stop
so-
Googling me. I'm not on it. The more you Google me, the more I'll be Googleable. So stop it.
Google
it's,
it, Google it.
It's too late for that.
Google it.
You know, Facebook has these dark profiles or shadow profiles. It's called. You
What do
heard
you
of
mean?
that?
No, it
No.
sounds cool. though.
Shadow profiles is they create a. I don't know how true this is. I read it online, but they create profiles for people that are in photos that don't have Facebook accounts.
That's not possible.
So with the algorithms, they recognize the face and they kind of categorize that person.
No.
Yeah, into
No,
a
no.
shadow profile.
100% they do.
That's
So-
going to be a conspiracy episode, I'm telling you right now.
Ooh, conspiracy.
It doesn't sound legit.
It's you can read about it. It was really scary, man.
Really?
Yeah. Well, they think of how much data they have, and so there's photos that have no facial recognition, so they put them in categories.
I don't know. I think technology advanced too fast, especially with the amount of data these people pull in on random citizens and everything. And I feel like you can't stop them. You can't. There's no way to limit them. They have
No.
too much on us.
Yeah, and now
It's
that
over.
it's algorithms swifting through the information.
But I don't know if you
it's-
guys remember when Mark Zuckerberg was in front of the Senate.
That was a weird time, man.
It was very weird. It was like about a year ago or something.
Yeah, they had no clue what they were talking about.
Did you
already
hear
been
the
a year.
questions? Yeah,
Yeah,
they,
they were
they were
clueless.
ridiculous.
I mean, that's the whole. You don't even need to watch it to understand.
they
that's
did
what
no
happened.
research
Yeah,
before asking. Like when he was asking him, like there was that Texas, I don't know, some guy with like a southern accent. He was like, "Mr. Zuckerberg, I want to know, do you know the messages people are exchanging, and does the Facebook know what the WhatsApp says?" And he's like, "I don't understand your question." Does the Facebook know
That's
what
amazing.
the WhatsApp messages are saying? And he was like, "I don't."
Is that
that's
real?
not-
Are
yeah,
you,
it
are
was
you
legit.
verbatiming?
No,
Like,
you got to
This
watch
is
it.
This is real, man.
Yeah,
That's
they had
fucked
no
up.
idea. They were asking.
all
the
I
most
remember
ridiculous
is the guy's like, "How did you guys make money?" And he's like he cracks for the whole in the
Yeah,
entire
it was
thing.
a
He just
joke.
goes ads. What are you asking me right now?
No, the research wasn't done.
You could have Googled any of this.
It was a very sketchy video because it just showed how behind the government is on this.
Oh
whole
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
you know?
There's
And it's how much power Facebook really has.
well, think about it, right? If the government's only going to pay you a certain amount, and these tech companies are going to pull you in, and they're going to give you $100K a year plus $1.2 million in bonuses because they're taxed less. Who are you going to work for, the government or Facebook?
There you go.
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah.
there's probably a lot more free coffee and donuts at the Facebook office.
And what's crazy is the algorithms
Yeah.
that when I was finding out, is listening to other podcasts and stuff, is that the algorithms are designed to create more volume and more clicks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what creates more volume and clicks is like controversial subjects and negative, like things that get you angry. And anger
Of
is
course.
actually a big factor in you clicking and reading articles. Like,
It's addictive.
yeah,
Well,
And
everyone
adds
has
to
that
addiction.
one aunt on Facebook or like cousin who's over 40 who like posts save the dogs, I hate that guy who that story with the guy who hit the dog, or save the this, or I hate that child molester. Like everyone has that one over 40 person.
But then the algorithms capture
Yes.
the target audience that everyone's clicking on,
Yeah.
and it starts pushing that in your newsfeed.
You're done.
So it's literally Facebook's making everyone angrier. Like it's like that's part of the algorithm, which is pretty scary, man.
I think people they attach themselves to like two things: either hating something as a group, loving something as a group, but mostly I think hating something. And I find gossiping about, they love to gossip. People
Why
love
is
gossip.
that?
I don't know. Makes you feel comfortable not talking about yourself.
That's like
Deflection. I don't know. It comes. I'm sure there's a
you nailed it,
psychological.
actually.
Yeah, it's very possible. I mean, what do I know?
No, really, that's like the most straightforward way I've ever heard it put. I think
It's got to be.
it's deflection.
Just, ugh.
It's in a distraction.
Someone
Yeah.
else. Ugh.
Like, don't notice my insecurities. Let's talk about you and your girlfriend's problems.
It's almost like a way of processing our own lives.
Yeah, through someone else's.
But it's
Like
obviously-
projecting our problems on them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then you get these crazy shows where it's like 90 Day Fiancé, where like the whole world is watching this,
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
and they're like so involved in this couple's experience.
I remember. Forget
history.
90 Day Fiance now. You remember how much people how many people used to watch The Bachelor? Like, and even now. Like,
Oh, my girlfriend's gonna hate you.
no,
She
no,
loves that
listen,
show.
There's nothing. There's nothing wrong
A
with
lot of people do.
No, but there's nothing wrong with being entertained by it. But I like, how can you sit down for the next, like, I don't know, how many women are on the show? Like 14, 20? Let's say 20 weeks.
Yeah.
You're going to sit down for 20 weeks and watch one woman not get a rose every week. What is that? Like, I don't understand. Like, I want to know, but I want to know, like, the guy who came up with this, like, this is amazing. Like, how did he do that, you know?
I don't get it either. I watch the craziest, stupidest things
Yeah.
because people are putting so much energy into crazy, amazing
Ridiculous.
content. Like, look at The Bachelor, and then look at like Enter the Void, like this crazy movie that was like shot from a first-person perspective.
I
And
saw
it's
that
like
movie.
it's
I've
like
never
a
seen
guy. It's like the whole movie's like a fucking DMT trip.
Yes.
Long
Is it kind of
story
like Blair
short.
Witch Project, or is it like scary? Would you say
It's
like
not
Blair
a
Witch, where
camera.
they're like, okay,
It's a
camera.
mind fuck.
It's
Okay.
a trippy ass movie. It's more in the
Is it like
in
a
the trippy.
like a real movie, like an hour, 30 minutes, like when
yeah,
theaters
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
movie, or
It's a well.
I don't know where it made.
I'd love to see that in the theaters, but it's a heavy movie. It feels like a tense kind of
Okay.
slow burn, you might call
Got
it.
you,
Like,
got you.
So it's anyway. I'm just saying, like, the difference
Yeah.
in content is astounding to me, and I'm just
True.
like, what the fuck, man? Sorry
Yeah.
to anyone, like your girlfriend, if they watch, but I don't get it.
No, it's terrible.
No.
I can't.
It's terrible.
It's funny you
Even
brought that
some of these
movie
talk
up though.
shows.
Enter the Void. Like me and Simon, we came across that movie by chance. And-
Really?
Yeah, and it was like, I think the opening scene, like he's at a party or something, and he got killed or he got shot. Was it he got shot or something?
Yeah.
And then you're just seeing the whole. Everything was filmed by his eyes, so it's
Okay.
like his perspective. And then like the rest of the movie just takes this weird twist into like DMT like trip. It's really odd, man. It's
Like you essentially experience like some guy's last day on Earth, and when he wakes up, he does DMT. So you go through that.
Really?
And then he dies later, and you die. Like his like consciousness leaves his body,
Wow.
and it's just hours of like him experiencing things in this very disjointed way. And anyway, we could talk about that movie forever.
Wow.
odd movie though.
Maybe
I
I'm gonna
remember
check
how
this movie
odd it
out.
was when I watched it. I was like, this is insane.
Yeah,
How they captured like when he looked up and like the DMT patterns were all around him.
yeah, it's
It was
it's a kind of movie. It leaves a taste in your mouth. It makes you remember senses when you when you look at it. You're like, whoa. It's that kind of movie.
Yeah.
It's like a Requiem for a Dream or something. Like it gets into
another
your spine.
solid pick.
Yeah.
But then you have all these garbage that comes out, and it's terrible.
We all have guilty pleasures, right?
We
Like,
do.
I love Supernatural. I grew up watching that show.
Oh, how amazing is
it is the
Supernatural?
soap opera of
Yes, Yes.
like fantasy. I don't know how else
it's
to put
very
it.
good. It drags,
love it.
and they never die.
No
which
one
is
dies.
Awesome.
No one dies. Sometimes people do die, and then you could tell
Yeah.
that they actually die
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
there's all this like sad music, and they show
Fine.
like clips.
But then they're back.
No. It's
like
like
4 seasons later, they're a ghost, though. You know that.
Probably.
Like Bobby, right? Bobby's died. Like
that's a good point.
and
And
he
how
comes
far
back.
did you go? Because they just
no.
used to
Don't
keep doing that. Don't ruin anything.
No. I'm a season and a half back. Okay, so like you gotta.
I just caught up.
Did you end?
Supernatural? Anybody?
And is
Dude,
it
I'm
is it
so
is it
happy.
good? The latest?
It's the last season, I think. So they're just
No,
having
it can't
fun.
be.
They're like, let's fucking do the craziest things. Dude,
I'm
it's
so
so,
excited.
dude, the season finale of
Was good?
season 14, I was glued to my screen.
Oh, remind me again, because I don't know if I'm at 14. And
I don't want to say it. I don't want to
Yeah.
ruin it for
Alright,
anybody
fine,
or for you,
fine,
really. Like,
fine,
I just...
fine.
Well,
Dude.
how old is the show?
No, it's not old. It's still going.
Oh, it's still going.
It's
I think they're on
15
16,
seasons.
no? Are they on 15 or
16?
16?
15.
15. But the
cool,
thing is,
the
they got
tip
taken off
comes
Netflix,
off.
so it make it very, very difficult for me to...
Yeah, I have Prime.
Yeah, me too, and I didn't know they were there. So I wasted my time not watching the
I
show,
just
and I'm like,
saw it.
they'll come back when the contracts expire, and now they're on Prime. So I have to catch up.
Supernatural.
But yeah, Supernatural is a guilty pleasure. I think my guilty pleasure is chiropractic cracking videos.
Okay,
Like-
I get it.
This guy, he's intense, man. He starts cracking people's necks like he's.
Stop it. Dude, I could watch chiro videos like, maybe for 5 hours.
Just...
No. It's more like,
The pop,
I love those.
the bubble pop.
Yeah. I love when they're like, oh, you have a little bit of inflammation, and you can't see shit, and you're like, yeah, you have inflammation, Brenda. And they're like, yeah.
You a fan of Dr. Boho Hightower?
Yeah, I like Boho Tower, but I find Boho Tower so good at it
This
that
guy
it's
has a
not
fucking
fun.
chisel and a hammer
It's
and
not
just slap
fun.
on your
It's not
shoulder.
fun. I like the one where like,
They go, and it's,
yeah, where he's like, oh, don't move, and then like, it attaches a strap to your chin and like whips you, and he calls that like his the ring dinger. The Texas
That's
guy.
the Texas guy,
Yeah,
right?
the Texas guy.
This
But
Texas
really,
guy's
it's-
hilarious, man.
Really, I think it's just the Y strap adjustment.
I need
or
to write
something.
this shit down.
You
What's
need
this
to,
guy's name?
with limitless pen.
What's he called? The Texas chiropractor or something?
He's called like not Gonstead. He's I don't know. He's Health Wealth or something. Health something.
He's the
Chiro.
funniest guy. He's like crack
Anyway,
addicts around the world.
Just go on YouTube and go like a ring dinger.
Yeah,
That's
Ring
it.
dinger?
ring deer chiropractor.
And you're
You'll
gonna get
find him.
some chubby middle-aged man in like the outfit my dentist wears, because no doctor wears the outfit. That's like the nurse scrub.
Yeah, the weird, like...
Yeah, like
Just white.
yeah, exactly. So he's in that, and then like he's like, lie down in my bed, and then you lie down on the thing, and he's like, I'm gonna put the clamps around your hip so that it holds you, and then he tells you like, just relax.
I
And
just
he
get
puts it
the
on your
feeling I'm
chin.
going to listen to this and it's going to sound exactly like that. Like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
nailing it.
I think so.
You strike me as a kind of
I-
guy who's going to
Yeah.
get
You're
the
gonna love
sound
this.
down.
You're
You
gonna
know?
love it. Like I do, like like Herbert the pervert from Family Guy.
Oh, you can whistle? You can whistle talk?
No, but I could do the like,
I can't
Hey,
do
Chris.
or like I'll make it like,
Hey, Nate. Come over. We can play a little bit of Pokemon if you want. You can hold my Pokeballs.
you know what I mean? Like,
You got to learn the whistle. It's perfect.
gotta get the whistle.
yeah,
I can't do it. Though.
it's hard. It's hard. You can't do it. Nobody can do it.
Isn't it?
It's almost
It's
like a
coming
hiss.
through the teeth.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
Chris.
Chris.
Get
It's so
you a
terrifying.
nice cream snack.
Ice cream.
I like how you
Vodka.
shrug your shoulders. When
Yeah, I
you do
have
it.
to.
You just
I have
do like
to. I
this-
have to like morph into him.
Yeah, exactly. It takes- That's your own
Squeeze into
little
the old man.
chiropractor.
Like, but Family Guy, I think, is one of the greatest shows. I know it's stupid, but it's so.
That's another thing that went on for like 15.
It's still on.
seasons.
Don't say
Is
went
it still
on. It's on.
It's like a Simpsons. Like
It's
it's
never
not
gonna
funny
end.
anymore. There's no way it's funny
No,
anymore.
it's still funny.
Like
Yeah.
the way SNL is. Like
No,
there's
I don't find SNL funny
months
anymore.
at a time where it's just not doesn't hit you.
No, because Seth MacFarlane is like such a like I find he not only likes to push down walls, like he pushes boundaries hard, and like some of the jokes are too far. I can't like sometimes the religious ones they go too far for me. Like when they do a whole Jesus episode, I'm like, oh, okay, come on. Like I wouldn't sit here and watch it if it was another religious god. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just find like they go deep, but when it's really funny, like it's funny, you know. And then they start time traveling, and it's fun. I find the best episodes are like the baby and the dog, like Stewie and Brian
course.
episodes. Like those are
course.
so good.
Dude, I just honestly, I hate to be that guy, but I'm totally that guy. Like, I just loved the first ones, and it gave me this kind of like,
Yeah, nostalgic effect.
this, probably. But there's a love for the like it shaped my humor in a way, and
Yeah.
then it just had to move and evolve. Like,
Yeah,
it's,
like everything
it's
else.
a team of people making a show forever. It's not going to stay the same.
No,
but
never.
these old jokes, the way the characters were fleshed out, there was this weird consistency that was going on, and now it's like just, you know, like look at how much the characters of The Simpsons have actually changed.
Mm-hmm.
And
Except for the voices.
They
They
haven't
always
changed
get
clothes or voices. Or
Yeah.
the voices, I guess, a few times probably changed.
But we won't notice. Well, look, Apu's getting taken out.
Why did they take him out?
But you didn't hear?
No.
You know,
Wasn't that a
Apu
while ago?
well, no. Now the guy quit recently.
Oh yeah.
Apu
But
has
he
been
does-
voiced by a white guy.
Didn't he do a bunch of people?
He was doing other people, but that white guy was doing Apu, and he's been doing an Indian accent, right? Like
That's the reason they got him off?
yeah. I mean, like I'm not going to do that accent now,
Yeah.
but I could, but I'm not. And he got taken down because eventually people were like, it's kind of weird.
Do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
You got to do the
I'm not
Apu
gonna do
accent.
it. I don't remember. I didn't prepare
you.
myself for this. I would have tried. You know?
Thank you. Come again.
Thank you. Come
So
again.
wait,
Come again.
is that the reason they cut him out, or is that just
No,
part of
no.
it?
He took it upon himself to stop voicing Apu.
It's not the guy who does Mo also?
I think it's the guy who does Mo also. Kind of looks like Mo in real life, I think.
So
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
So they could replace
Kinda turned
Apu?
into
They
a-
just they
It's
scratched
either they're
the
going to
character?
like find somebody else who's possibly culturally appropriate to be voicing him, or
Hmm.
Apu has to die.
I mean, what's the point in acting if you can't,
I
you know, if you have to
Hey,
be your role?
if some random Indian dude who's an amazing voice actor gets a job now,
and plays a white guy.
no, and does like a killer Apu,
Fine, but I'm telling you now, what if an Indian guy plays the white guy?
and I wouldn't care about
Me
that.
neither.
White guys get to do everything.
That's the problem.
I don't feel that way, but I'm white.
I don't
either.
I mean, me not liking you is not going to stem from the color of your skin or whatever. It's going to stem from your character. I feel like that's my
That's
like,
a solid way
I
to
work
live
in.
by.
I think I work.
But you
like,
don't know people's character until you get to know them.
fine.
So you just look at their skin like a racist.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be like.
and you go.
I'm not going to be like. I hate that
You
guy.
guess.
XYZ color. You know what I mean? Look, I work in retail, so when a customer comes up to me, it doesn't matter what they are. Hijab, no hijab. Kippa, no kippa. You're asking me a question. I'm going to help you find the product. You have a complaint. You're getting it solved just like the last guy. Unless you're aggressive. Then when you're aggressive, that changes my tone also.
Yeah, well, that's fair. I mean, and that's a good way to go about it, is that you just look at everyone for who they are as a person, human being. But it's scary to think that some people don't operate on that system.
No, they
which
don't.
is,
Look at these groups like, KKKs, and I mean, I'm Greek, but like Canadian born, So like, look at like, we have a group called like the Golden Dawn. I think it's Golden Dawn in Greece, and like they are neo-Nazis.
It sounds racist.
It's
As soon
super
as you
racist.
said it.
Golden
They're
Dawn.
neo-Nazis. Yeah, and they're neo-Nazis, but they're in Greece. I don't remember if they ever tried running for like any form of politics. I doubt it. I don't remember. I don't know much about it. But I mean, the Golden Dawn, they are your classic neo-Nazi, hate Jews, blah 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 blah.
Oh, yeah.
But they're Greek, from Greece. So like,
flipping this pen.
that's ridiculous. And they've grown in following, I think, in the last 10 years. But it's scary to think that people are still thinking like this today.
yeah.
That's not normal.
You know what? I'm not worried about it. The way I see it is that every technology that's ever existed, including ideas, has never fully gone away. Which is why you could like go online and find out how to build a
Yes.
steam engine or something.
Fine.
And I guess you could theoretically do it also. And like
Yes.
even Stone Age tools, all the way up to like the Large Hadron Collider, we just know how to do all that stuff now. That's why there's people dressing like they're in the 50s. They got big old lipstick on and a fucking big, like a bun thingy and polka dots, and it's super hot. But it's a little weird
Yeah.
because what the fuck? Wait, it's 2000. It's
Look, I
2020.
remember going to Greece, and first
So-
time, and I went to the what was it called? The Acropolis. What am I saying? How did I forget that? So I went to the Acropolis, and a guy walks by me, shorts and a t-shirt, and he was like, obviously Middle Eastern, and I feel like obviously is a bad term. He was Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
It wasn't obvious. It only became obvious later that he was Middle Eastern. So he walked up to his wife, and like he was holding her hand. That's how I knew they were Middle Eastern. So when I look at him, past me, and like he goes by me, like 10 people are going by me. I'm trying to get a shot of the Acropolis. I'm like, dude, you ruined my photo. Like in my head, like he just went by me like while I was holding my camera. So I'm like, I'm watching this guy walk away. Like I can't believe that you just looked me in the eye as you ruined my photo, And I watch, and he goes to hold his his wife's hand, and she is in a one head to toe, like 100% covered burqa, just eyes showing. And in my head, I said to myself, that's hot. Like that is 9,000 degrees in there. It was like 41
Oh, like
Celsius.
that kind of hot.
Yeah,
I
no. Are you crazy?
That's hot.
like
Damn.
41 degrees Celsius that day.
There's cooking in there.
I was looking at her. He was sweating. He had like the stains under his armpit, right? Like, and he's in
Was
shorts.
it really sunny?
It was, at the top of the mountain.
Because maybe then she's like in shade technically. Like she's
Yeah,
not-
technically, but the shade that she's taking is 41 degrees on it. Like 41 Celsius.
Was it black?
It was black,
Oh,
like
that's just-
pitch dark. Like,
That's just death.
yeah. In my head, I was like, I really feel bad for this lady, and it's her choice, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But
But it was dark.
it's got to be hot, though.
None of us have
gotta
much of a choice when it comes to these like ingrained societal things.
Yeah,
there's
fine.
crazy foot stuff with what is it, like Japanese people? No, was that
Crazy.
Chinese or Japanese?
Crazy foot stuff.
I don't know my history very well. Yeah, where they like destroy the foot and put it in
yes,
these tiny
that's,
shoes.
I think that's Japanese for the geishas. No, Or am I wrong?
I don't remember.
They
It's
give
to,
you
like, push the
smaller shoe
toes to the
size.
left. Yeah.
Yeah.
They sell that on Alibaba Express. Speaking of Alibaba Express,
Of course they do.
They
Sell
do.
everything, bro.
it's crazy.
Let's talk about that.
That's it.
Alibaba's weird.
It is.
Even the name just feels a little racist for some reason.
It
Sounds
does.
like the name of a genie from like a
Well, it is
sitcom
from
in the
the
90s.
Baba.
Isn't it from that story, like Arabian Nights?
I don't know that story.
You don't know the story? I'm not like 100% versed on the story, but I feel like it is. But
Alibaba.
I mean, you got to think of it. The guy is the like Amazon of every other country.
It's pretty impressive, man.
It is.
It's a fucking crazy website. You can
Yeah.
get pretty
Anything.
much everything.
I bought this on
clothes.
Amazon, and it probably was just a guy who set up a thing on Amazon. And
Was it Prime?
It was?
No, then probably not. Because if it's Prime, it's warehoused.
Okay.
Yeah, but somebody bought it on Alibaba.
Exactly.
How much did you pay for it?
I don't remember. It was below $10, I think.
I want to bet on Alibaba it's below 3.
Yeah, but it's going to take 7 months to get to me.
Yeah, but she could have waited.
That's a good point.
But I think that's what's wrong with a lot of things today. Like, people can't wait for anything.
That's what you're paying for.
Yeah.
But you're right. That is, I agree with you, because
It's a
we're
problem.
all of our problems, all the pollution, all the weird,
Because people
everything.
can't
It's all the greed. It's all because of convenience.
wait. Mm.
Like
Like, I'm a
bottled
firm
water.
believer. Like, you just say bottled water? Okay. A bottled water for me, huge scam. Huge. You're paying to drink the water from another municipality. I don't care what you say about natural spring, but it's still tap water that has been filtered. This water is not sucked out of clouds. It's probably not ocean water, because that's probably a lot more work to take the salt out and everything. It's 100% a scam. You are being sold water from a township or town or province over at, let's say, an average of $3 for 24 bottles, which is the average, I say, price. But I believe there should be a water bottle tax. I am a firm believer of a water bottle deposit tax. That will curb the purchase of water bottles.
I believe in shit like that, because the majority of people are not going to think of it, and then
won't.
they're just going to be discouraged by a repercussion.
Yeah, they will be.
But I wouldn't call it a scam. Like, it's just fucked up that you're paying for the convenience of the bottle.
it's not only the
You're
convenience
getting
of the bottle.
water.
They'll tell you it tastes better.
Oh, that's just advertisement. That's
But
fine.
But there is taste to water.
I don't know. I like it or I don't.
Yes, but that means that you have a taste for it.
Yeah, I can't describe
Like,
it.
you've tasted.
It's like more
you've tasted
metallic or more.
Esca. Don't you find Esca's like disgustingly velvety, like smooth? It's like the champagne of water.
I
Then you
don't
taste
remember.
Fiji, and Fiji is like more crisp, kind of like sharper. And then you have your average Naya.
Is that marketing that's maybe
not marketing.
skewing your mind?
If I pour
If
them
they
all
did
in
a
a
test-
glass,
taste
I would
test,
like
blind
to pour,
taste
okay,
test.
I will pour them all in a glass for you.
I'm
We're
curious
gonna,
about
We're gonna
that.
test it out.
Take it from a guy who
Like
tastes a lot of water.
was it the Zani or something?
Dasani?
That's
Dasani?
my
Well,
least
it's
favorite. But
It's
Yeah, but-
reverse osmosis water.
I love that one because it's pretty much just tap water. People tell me, and I'm like, yeah, this tastes like what I'm used to drinking.
So the reason why they make
Down.
Dasani that way, which I'm not 100% sure if I'm accurate on this, but I think I'm 90% on this, is they make Dasani.
People got Google. You can say
well,
whatever you
they
want.
take.
I'm the
think about it.
president of Nigeria.
Well, look,
There.
Coca-Cola has to make the Coke
7
product
Up.
taste the same
Hmm?
in every country. But what's the base ingredient of Coca-Cola? Water. So you need
Yeah.
the water to almost taste the same in every country, but not every country filters their tap the same way. So Dasani was created so that they have all this water that's going to taste the same in different places. And at the same time, they figured, why not just bottle it? Because we have our vending machines. Why put somebody else's water in our machine? We could sell this bottle for $3. How much you know is Dasani is like the most expensive? It's more expensive than buying a Coke.
Whoa,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
No, I didn't
In
know.
most of the machines, yeah.
Why do I keep
And
getting
that's owned
those?
by Coke, Dasani.
It
It's
is.
their company.
Well, originally Coke bought Naya back in the day,
Yeah.
but it was too hard to manage because Naya is a price-driven water. It's sold by the case. It's not really a bottle. It's a case water. You know what I mean? It's not like you don't go to a store and buy one Naya bottle. You go to a store and buy 24 or
Why
20.
is that? They just offer
It's
it
price.
in that format?
They offer it in that format for supermarkets for its volume, whereas Dasani is meant to be sold in a single serve format. It doesn't come in a 24 pack. It comes in a 12.
And the plastic, a handful of years ago, the plastic got thinner.
Yeah, it did. It's more recycled actually now. And now, I don't know if you guys.
Why do you know all this?
I work in
He's
retail.
He's in the business.
Okay.
I'm in the food business.
Cool.
And Naya changed their packaging to remove the carton that holds the water. So now they lay plastic on it, and that plastic like suctions to it, and the plastic is so firm that it holds all 24 waters without a cardboard underneath. So they removed some of it to make it more recyclable. And if you notice, their cap got super thin. Yeah, it's also cost savings, I assume.
I guess so. But
Yeah.
also I feel like whatever negative thing leaches into the water when it's like hot or in the sun
Of
or
course,
something.
you never drink
it's
water
gonna
that's been in the car for too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
it's
water has
thinner.
an expiry date. You know that, right?
I did not know that.
It does, but the water doesn't expire.
It's the bottle.
plastic that leaches into
Oh,
it.
you taste it.
You can, yeah.
You're like, fuck, I'm drinking plastic bottle.
Yeah, I've left my bottle in the car and drank it. It was a disaster.
Yeah, but you did it because you had to. Like
Yeah.
you were dying.
It's okay. We all swallowed a bunch of toothpaste when we were younger.
That's true.
Yeah,
Think about
Look,
it
it's
that
like-
way.
You ever have
Does that make you
water-
feel better or worse? I don't know.
Well, you guys have had
We're all
glass
fucked.
Coke, right?
yeah. Sorry.
Glass Coke.
Oh, I don't drink soft drinks.
Okay, but
Is there like a difference? Is it
major.
Like,
One, I think it's because the glass gets colder
yeah.
than the plastic in a way, but it tastes so different. And I think that's the same with glass water. Have you ever had like, I don't know, you go to a fancy restaurant and they pour you like a Pellegrino, like but the flat, like,
Yeah.
and it tastes different. I think the glass is so much better, but it's much more costly. Yeah.
That reminds me, back when years ago, I went to Prince Edward Island with the family, and I don't know if they still do that, but they only had glass bottles in all vending machines.
Really?
Yeah,
Probably
so you
not.
order your pop, it come in like this old school, like big ass glass bottle that you just used. That was the whole city, no plastic.
It's crazy. It's
I
so
went-
much better.
I wonder how if they changed it. That was
Well, I don't like cans at all. I find
No.
the can is just gross. Coke can.
As far as beer goes, I prefer the bottle.
Well, yeah.
It's just tasteless.
I don't really like
drinking
beer.
a canned beer.
But like
I can't do it, man.
even food. You eat food out of a can?
Yeah, there's a weird nostalgia. Like
But
that weird smell of the
realize that-
preservatives. Yeah.
The food in the can is almost cooked. It is a little cooked because you can't preserve it in the can raw. So it gets cooked in the can. Like you got to be eating something from that metal. There's no way.
I guess so.
So like they put, let's say your chickpea in a can, it goes in the can. Like, as it goes down the assembly line before the lid is sealed, it stops and the can is heated to a temperature to cook the food in the can. Because some people say they cook before they go in the can, but I don't think so. And then they pass it down, cool it down, and they label it. Yeah, but these manufacturing processes, they're work of art.
I think they have to heat it somehow.
They have
also
to. For the closing.
preserving process.
Yeah.
I don't remember right now.
Did you tell me it's like apples are stored for like over a year or something like that?
Apples, yeah, they call them hardware.
This is a mindfuck. That they're coated in wax or something.
Well, they're not coated; they're like dipped. So apples are dipped in something. You can see it like on your Granny Smiths and stuff. And you know, there's the people who say that the organic apple and the non-organic apple is better for you. I'm a firm believer that organic is good for you, in a sense, but I'm also kind of against the fact that it's 100% accurate. Because at the same time, I'll give you an example. The apple that you get the tree, like the apple that is grown on that tree, well, that tree is old. That tree's not 10 years old, meaning that they didn't plant a new valley of trees or a new grove, of trees for you. They use existing trees that were already being sprayed with pesticides. You mean to tell me that the tree itself has never consumed any of the pesticides or anything that's been sprayed on it or in its roots or in its soil? It's not possible. You can
probably
smoke
embedded
for
in-
15 years and then quit, but your lungs have that effect lasting.
Yeah.
I mean, capacity-wise and stuff like that. So
it's the same soil. They just stopped the
same tree.
pesticides and they said
Yeah.
this is going to be organic.
and it's going to be organic now. I don't believe it. I have a hard time with that. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody on
That's
your
interesting.
a listener is going to tell me that I'm wrong and send me some research. But think about olive trees.
It is
Olive
an
fart
interesting
noise.
point, though.
Olive trees are what, 1,000 years old, or like
Could be,
400 years
Whoa.
old. That's why, like, have you
That's
noticed that
crazy.
China has never invaded the olive oil market yet, but they're planning to. They plant olive trees every year. The problem is that the tree has to mature to a certain level to cultivate enough olives, or the tree won't. That's why countries like Greece, Italy, Spain, these countries that have been doing olive oil for like, centuries and generations, they produce because they have the trees to produce. The trees have aged. So with apples, these things are, organic or non-organic, they're dipped in something and they stay in a warehouse that's perfectly temperature controlled and humidity controlled that can keep the apple. So the apple that you eat in the winter was cultivated in the spring, and sometimes the apples you're still eating in the spring were cultivated and picked in the summer. So like these apples stay in there for like, I would say 6 to 8 months. They're considered hardware, like at the store.
And what do they? Is there any studies on that coating that they put on it?
Yeah, you have scientists who say that the coating is super safe and you can eat it and it's fine. And like they take it, they put it in water and they let this coating like float and then they pick it up and eat it. But you can't pay me to do that. Yeah, produce is it's an interesting business. Very, very interesting. What's the number one selling item in the grocery store?
I would think milk or eggs.
Bananas.
He got it. Why?
Bananas.
Why? Cheapest. It is the cheapest item that you can eat. You get a bunch of bananas less than $1.
I just guessed.
And you nailed it. So
that's a great guess.
It's the cheapest item, and so there's the organic banana and the non-organic banana. But from my understanding,
it's because we're curious, Chimps.
When something
Please continue.
There's too many parallels there.
When the bananas come into the country, sometimes they say on the exit, you can't prove it, right? So on the exit, these bananas get sprayed to make sure that no foreign insects or animals make it into our country that are not part of our ecosystem. So like a gecko or like spiders and stuff, they come in on these pallets and they get sprayed. That's how like some like supermarkets, they never have a mouse problem and then they get a mouse. Why? Because there was a mouse in the pallet and it made it here to this country. So when bananas come into the country, they come in green, like solid, like unripened at all. There's only 3 or 4 places in Montreal that have the fumigation rooms. So these bananas go into a gas room with a certain temperature and like almost mimics the tropical climate, but in a warehouse. So the bananas get like fumigated almost with a chemical, a gas that causes this atmosphere and makes it like super wet and sticky in there. And the bananas start to age faster at the supermarket. So they bring them in super green, fumigate them, bring them out to you. But the banana's organic, let's say some of them, but they get sprayed with a chemical on the boxes to kill any foreign animals. So are they still organic?
I don't know. What does organic mean? Because like
It means
most
that it wasn't
bananas are not
pesticided.
organic.
That means
I guess that's a loosely defined word that they just throw around, right?
Well,
It is.
I know that there's a
Organic.
legal definition because
It was not
there's legal
grown with any
repercussions to
pesticides and
claim.
stuff.
Yeah, but
But
it,
that
But
doesn't
if
mean
they're
it-
spraying it after the fact,
they're spraying,
definition's
they're
kind of
spraying
like
the
a loophole.
boxes. They're not kind of spraying the bananas.
it's kind of like a loophole.
It is kind of like a
when
loophole.
McDonald's with like that 100% pure beef is the company name. It's not actually describing
Yeah, at
the
the
actual
time,
beef.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they probably changed that by
I
now.
think now, yeah.
But it's like,
But I
there's
remember like a
very
pallet of
sneaky
bananas coming
ways.
in, like a gecko was asleep, and then because of the temperature, and then the gecko like got warm up, and then it was running around in the warehouse.
that's
Really?
adorable.
Yeah,
Fucking geckos
super
are
super
adorable.
cute. I don't know what happened to that gecko.
Was it you that showed me that those spiders that burrowed into the bananas
Yes.
and it started? They literally was it spreading like
So that's
this is
why
across
they
the
spray,
states, right?
That's why they spray the bananas, because so you could pick up like you guys eat cauliflower? Yeah,
I love
you eat
cauliflower.
Okay, so you look at the top of the cauliflower, like you wash everything you buy before you eat it. Like I'm not a big washer, but cauliflower, broccoli, I always wash because these things are grown in dirt. What is in dirt? Animals, insects, whatever. So when you buy cauliflower at the grocery store, sometimes it's in a plastic and sometimes it's not. So sometimes you'll see the one in the plastic and there'll be a bug running around inside. Not necessarily the store you bought it from having bugs. It's impossible almost. They'll have bugs running in just the cauliflower. But the bug will have nested in the cauliflower, which is what happens with the banana. So in between the space of the bananas all the way up to where the stems meet, the spiders will go in there and nest. And then that's why they kind of like spray them to get rid of that stuff. But there was like videos of people in the US like cutting open a banana and then spiders running. Yeah. Imagine like you have to get your whole house.
Jeez,
Like, you're killing spiders all day. You know?
just let out an army.
Like gag me.
Think about the conversation those spiders had. Like we're gonna invade this next country.
Or they're like, oh my god, hands.
They could go either way.
Yeah.
actually.
Cheese it.
Yeah, it's a risky business.
They could have been the
Being a
Genghis
spider.
Khan of the spiders,
Mm.
and then just fucking got butchered. They
Taken on
didn't
one
expect
little-
it.
Is there like a leader, or like a mom,
Like
I
a
guess?
queen.
Yeah.
So we're gonna travel wherever the fuck this takes us. We're gonna take over, and then they just got
True.
executed.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy, man.
It's a little gross.
Food's messed up.
Yeah, food's gross.
It's a very interesting business.
You know what I think about often when I take drugs, like
What do you think?
psychedelics? Eating is disgusting. Like the act of it. Like we're like
Consuming
like humans.
something else for energy.
Yeah.
Or do you
Like-
look at it from like a, I don't want to say biblical perspective, but from like you're killing it?
No.
No.
I'm talking about the fact that like the way the shape of our organism is and how it works is kind of fucking weird. Like we have a braking thing in the front,
Mm-hmm.
and we put stuff inside, like nutrition, and then it just like we're
Falls
like
into an
shaped like
acid vat.
yeah, but like we're shaped like a donut. Like we have
Yeah.
this hole going through us, and we it's like inside
It's
but
so
still
true.
outside.
Yeah, yeah.
And we just touch food until we steal some of the food, and
shit
then
it
whatever's
out.
left over, at the end of the hole is
Well,
is
you
poo.
know, they say like the reason your lips and your ass look exactly the same, right? It's because they're the end and beginning of the same tube.
It is though. That's what's so
That's
fucked up.
Fun.
That's the donut hole.
I wonder if people can pucker their asshole.
It's probably an
You
acquired
just-
skill.
It's so crazy. It's all the
Did you
same
just pucker
tube.
your asshole again? No.
What's crazy is if you laid out the tubing on a fucking plank or something, a space, it's like 30 meters or something like that with all the
All the
intestine.
intestine.
Well,
yeah.
you ever see those C-section videos? Because I follow like a lot of medical things on Instagram.
No,
You
that's
never seen that?
horrible. I don't want to see that.
Oh man, I remember reading this one story where this guy was like, I heard the doctor say go or something, and he's like, I thought that was my signal to come in and like get my new baby. And
Oh,
he's
God.
like, I'm 6'7", turned around, like looked over, and he's like, my wife was open, and 50% of her was on one table on wheels, and 50% of her was on another table on wheels, and I just thought she was dead, and then I remember reading this and being like, holy shit, and then months later, I saw a C-section thing, and like, yeah, they like open you up, and then you're like separated, right? Because to get to the, I don't know, is it placenta, womb? I don't know. You know, my biology's not the greatest. I sell bananas, so they just like things were all over the place, and like that's scary.
Jeez.
That's why they don't do C-sections often. Apparently, super risky.
I don't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
fucked
a
up.
last resort for the child's survival.
It's definitely a big procedure.
Yeah, definitely.
And they're cutting you open to pull out a baby.
Yeah.
That's it's pretty intense.
Well, if they have to go to that length, imagine how bad or how risky it is for the mother to have a full-on a natural birth.
Yeah, there's something.
There has to be something going wrong.
Get it out.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It can't go out that normal hole. We gotta just pull it out
Yeah.
like a fucking
crazy.
Schwarzenegger movie.
It's a baby. Pull
It's
it out.
insane. And I assume that if you've had a C-section once, then you can't have a normal birth. Like if you have kids again.
I don't know. I have an aunt who has 3 children, and all 3 were C-sections.
I think you're
But
right, Sammy.
they had to.
I think once you have one,
How are you gonna handle
I
that?
don't think so. Because you could just do the epidural and poop the baby out.
I'm not
You know what I
sure
mean?
though. I think there's something with
I
the
don't
scar
know.
tissue.
I don't know, man.
I might be off, but I know all my clients who have
I ain't
C-sections.
a doctor, but
They've had it every time.
Yeah, I'm not a professional, but
Yeah.
I
give you my
am
unprofessional
also
opinion.
not. So stalemate, friend.
yeah.
That's wild.
You remember when we were first doing this, and I used to have drunk a bunch of coffee, and I was high on weed?
In the early days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's me right now.
Oh yeah.
I am a little up and a little down.
That's nice.
Tom Kildare. I thought you were taking the paper to roll a spliff.
With
That'd
loose
be
leaf.
funny.
The way this was packaged, it looked like you just got some like fresh weed.
Oh yeah, I said it's a pen. And he's like, you can't smoke in here, right? And I'm like, no, this is this is a pen. This is a literal pen. This is not a vape pen. This is the pen. It'll
Yeah.
be able to write when we're all dead.
Those vape pens, man.
I still don't believe that. I think like after a week, this is gonna stop writing.
Yeah, I have a
For
funny
a
feeling.
week?
Yeah.
No,
No,
like-
at the rate you're using it.
Can I
yeah.
see this? I'm just very
Please.
curious. How does it feel? Wow.
If you flip pens, it feels
No, but
alright.
you know what? It's super weighted on one side, so I have a feeling like this top
You
part
could
is
screw
kinda
the thing
hollow.
off.
Oh, can
The
you?
tip is all you need. It's crazy.
So it's not endless.
Well,
There's an
that's
endless supply of tips.
No. The tip
Okay, this is
is
super
the
light now.
the tip is the.
I think the tip is
writing
like
thing.
100% graphite.
It's gotta be.
No, it's not graphite.
You don't think so?
There's no way it's graphite. It wouldn't last.
I know, but like at the same time, there's no way this doesn't wither away.
It must wither away because there's writing. I agree with you, but
Something's
I don't know.
coming off
Something
of it.
is
It won't
different
write on me,
molecularly.
It won't write on me at all. Oh wait, it did.
It's very interesting.
I'm sure it's coming
Yeah,
off in
it
my
did.
hands. Yeah, like when we're touching it.
It kind of feels a little bit like, I don't know if I like the way this feels. The actual, this like material the pen's made out of.
It is. It's weird.
It's
It feels
slippery.
pretty cool though.
I kind of
It's, like,
I
glossy.
read reviews before I bought it, and I
Mhm.
committed to the fact that this is some fun novelty gift
Mhm.
thing, and she's
Is
not
this
going
like
to
for a
use
special
it.
occasion?
It
It's,
does have a little
uh,
bit too much of a pull when you write.
It's just a funny thing to have.
Like it doesn't flow well. It kind of.
This is that one pen you're not going to use in like 9 years from now. You're going to have to sign the pizza delivery order that you just tapped, but your card didn't go through, so you had to insert. And then
it's
you're
gonna
going
be
to
all
like,
silver,
wow.
and you're gonna have a weird conversation with the
Yeah.
pizza guy because it's like,
He's
yeah,
not
it's
gonna
that
know what's
pencil
going on.
that never runs
Yeah.
out.
This pencil's
like,
literally
"What?"
gonna outlive all of us.
Possibly.
That's pretty wild.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I
how
was
long-
planning not to
For
die.
$9, that's
I'm
pretty
planning
intense.
not to die specifically.
Specifically,
You're gonna
I
get the
eat
robot
whatever.
legs.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna like put my brain in a jar and live on.
Jeez. What time
That's
is it?
dark, man.
It's
Beautiful.
time for you to get a watch.
Damn. I would,
Oh,
but boom.
let's bringing it back. Haven't heard that one in a while.
It's a classic.
Okay, thanks for listening, everyone. That was a really cool conversation with Peter. Stay tuned next week. We got a really cool guest on. We got Samuel Finn. He is currently the Guinness World Record holder for the most amount of burpees done in 12 hours. I believe it's about 5,300 and something. We'll be talking with him, so stay tuned for that one. Peace. Mwah.